Have you ever heard someone speak, and even though their words were interesting, something about their delivery made them seem unsure or less authoritative? Maybe they trailed off at the end of their sentences or filled every pause with or like or or used upspeak, making statements sound like questions. These subtle speaking habits or power leaks can instantly weaken your presence and make it harder for people to take you seriously and harder for them to buy into your message. But the good news is these habits are completely optional. And today I'm going to show you how to eliminate weak speech patterns and replace them with tools that will have you come across as clear, confident, and powerful. We'll focus on three key areas: speaking power leaks, fixing upspeak, glottal fry, and filler words; power tools like landing the period so you can make your point with confidence and conviction; and eye contact, using gaze and your eye line to build trust and engagement. I'm Lisa LaCroix, your communication muse, and I help entrepreneurs, executives, and beautiful humans master their voice and their presence and their impact. This video is part of my magnetic speaking skills series where I share high impact techniques to help you influence and connect. If you want to take this work deeper and get in the moment practice and coaching, you can sign up for one of my bespoke customized one-on-one trainings or join a Sharewell session where I'm a pro host. The link for both will be in the show notes. Now, let's talk about the subtle habits that may be diluting your presence without you even realizing it. Here's the reality. You can be incredibly smart and have amazing ideas, but if your delivery is weak, people won't fully trust your message and they won't trust you. The most common speaking power leaks include upspeak, which is when statements sound like questions, which makes you sound unsure, or glottal fry. That's the low, crackly voice that makes you sound kind of tired or disengaged and like you're swallowing your words and your thoughts and not really all that present with them. Or filler words, like when you fill your message with kind of like words which make your message hard to follow and weak. Now, the good news is these habits are not part of your personality. They're not something you're destined to carry with you to the grave. No, they're just patterns and habits you've picked up along the way, and patterns and habits can be changed. Let's go through each of these common weak speech habits and show the difference when you replace them with a stronger alternative. Here's how upspeak sounds. And I've already given a little bit of an example, but it sounds a little bit like, you know what I'm talking about? So the pitch starts to go up a little towards the end, making it sound uncertain, maybe like a question, and possibly like it's trailing off, leaving the listener wondering if you're making a statement, if you believe what you're saying, or if you're asking a question. And the way you can fix that is always end the pitch firmly and either equally strong or with a slightly lower downbeat at the end. I know what I am talking about. I know what I'm talking about. So strong at the end, all the way through, slightly down, signaling that you're done speaking, that you believe what you're saying, and that you have confidence and certainty. So do you hear the difference? One invites doubt, the other lands with authority. Let's talk about glottal fry. I have a whole other video on that and I'll post it here. But when you speak with glottal fry, the second power leak, it's when your voice sounds low and crackly and it trails off. Some people like this sound because they think it sounds kind of sexy, but essentially you're not taking a full breath into your belly and supporting your voice. So as a result, at best, it can sound a little uncertain, definitely not very sure and confident. And at worst, it can sound like you're swallowing your voice and you're not clearly bringing your point to your listener. Instead, Take a deep breath, fill your belly, and project the words that you're sharing through what they call the mask. So the words and the air are coming up through your voice and you're sending it forward out to the audience. So you can say, I know what I'm talking about. I know what I am talking about. So it's a full breath, supporting the voice, making it clear and strong. Now, sometimes you might want to talk in glottal fry. And as we talk about in another video, sometimes it's change that makes the biggest impact. So if you want to go from speaking in a full voice with your full breath, supporting your message, and then every once in a while talk in a glottal fry for effect, that can be impactful. But do it consciously. Don't get into the habit of speaking in a glottal fry because you're not too sure what you're saying and you don't want to sound too confident. Breath is key in the glottal fry. Without it, your voice sits in the back of your throat and it loses energy. And with proper support, you sound engaged and powerful. Filler words are one of the biggest power leaks that can absolutely deflate the influence and the certainty and the confidence with which you speak. This sounds a little bit like I think I know, what I'm talking about. Now I'm exaggerating a little bit, but sometimes I'm not exaggerating that much. Sometimes people really do speak that way. And filler words clutter the essence of the message. And when it's combined with any other power leaks, you're going to lose your audience. Instead, replace those moments where you would want to fill with empty words with a pause. Because intentional silence, replacing filler words, has the impact of having the speaker come across as confident and authentic and natural in their speaking. That pause gives your words weight. And when you can remove the unnecessary fillers, your speech commands attention. One of the fastest ways to sound more confident is to stop trailing off. Have you ever heard someone who speaks, sharing their thoughts, and as they continue to speak, they start to get nervous about whether they've said everything, but they keep on talking because they're not really sure what they're really saying, and then they say, yeah, like that, yeah. Or they end with something completely unclear, or they end with an extra sentence that they didn't really need. But instead, when you end a sentence by landing the period, saying your sentence, and then stop with an absolute definite ending, signaling to your audience that you believe what you say and that you are complete, you will have an absolutely different impact. And then if you can combine that with holding eye contact to make sure that message landed, your presence will come across as authoritative and confident and trustable, because eye contact is the ultimate trust builder. Your words only carry weight if the people listening believe you, if they feel connected to you, if they feel related to you. And one of the most powerful subconscious tools for people deciding whether they trust you or not is having eye contact with you. So if you have too little eye contact, if your eyes are darting about, you probably seem uncertain and disconnected, and the result is distrust. But if you have too much eye contact without variation, then it can feel unnatural or too intense. So instead, find balance. Find the right amount of connection. And in a small group, it might mean making eye contact with one person for a full sentence before moving on to the next person and having your communication and sentence with them. On video, you can look directly into the camera when you're making key points, but feel free to look around when you're thinking about what's next, and then bringing that eye contact back to the camera when it matters. If you want to sound more confident and more authoritative, focus on eliminating your speaking power leaks, reducing upspeak, at least becoming very aware of it, noticing glottal fry, and eliminating filler words. Then land the period. End your statements with strength and use eye contact intentionally to build trust, rapport, and connection. This is session 5 of my magnetic speaking skills series. There's so much more ahead. So if you're ready to work on these skills live with me with real in-time coaching and feedback, I'm a Sharewell Pro host, and you can experience this training hands-on through Sharewell. Look for the link in the description. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and follow so you don't miss session 6, where we'll dive into speaking with precision, power, and purpose, how to eliminate unnecessary words and refine your message to the very essence. And once it's posted, you can find the recording for session 6 here. And this is my speaking and communication skills playlist. I'll see you next time.